Western Province is watching. Thank you for joining in. Now, without wasting much of the time, we are going to answer selected questions from this 2025 GCE Mathematics Paper 1. And yeah, and some selected questions from, should be 2022. Yes. So let's get started. Let's start with the very first question here, which is an algebraic question. So what you should be doing is that you should be solving along with, okay, you should be solving along. So what you should be doing, have a paper or a book where you will be solving from, so that we solve this together. It sounds interesting and simple if it's me who is solving. Okay, so you should also be practicing. Practice makes perfect. All right, so let's start with the very first question here. It's saying simplify, okay, 2 open bracket y minus 3 close bracket negative 3 open bracket 2 minus y close bracket. This is 2 marks. And what you need to know, guys, when you have such a question and you have brackets and a number in front of the bracket on the left side, it means you're multiplying that number with the whatever is in the bracket. So here we're going to multiply 2 times the what's inside here. So 2 times y, this is 2y. 2 times negative 3, it is negative 6. Okay. 3 times 2, it is negative 6. All right. Negative times negative here, it is positive. 3 times y, it is just 3y. I hope you can see clearly. Okay, 3y. Then you collect like terms. Okay, so we have a y here, even here we have a y. So we can just group them. We can say 2y plus 3y minus 6 minus 6. Okay, like this. Then 2 plus 3 is 5. So 5y. Then negative 6 minus 6, it is not 0. If you're thinking it's a 0, it's not 0. Why? When you have 2 negative numbers, you add them and maintain the sign. So 6 plus 6 is 12. The sign is negative, so we're going to maintain the sign as negative. Then you're going to write 12. Okay, you can confirm with me if this is okay. You know, sometimes you may make mistakes in copying the questions. Okay, copying the question. So this is the final answer. We can't simplify further here. So you bring your answer here as 5y minus 12. You are done. Then you proceed to the next question. The next question is an index notation question, or indices question. So now this is given, we are given, if it's not visible to your side, let me just write it down. The fourth root of 16 over 81 in bracket the whole of this one to the power positive 3. That's what we're given there. Now you need to know that this expression here was like this. It's the same as a to the power m over n. All right. Now a to the power, any number raised to a fractional power, the denominator of the fraction becomes the root of this base. Okay, becomes the root of the base. So this one can also be written as nth root of a to the power m. It is the same as this. Okay, so now this is by definition. Okay, and in this indices. So here we are going to look for a number when you multiply itself 4 times should give you 16. And you notice that 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is going to give you 16. So a number, when you multiply itself 4 times, that gives us 16 is what? Is 2. Okay, over. Now we go to 8. 81 rather. 81, 3. Let's use 3. 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3, this is 9. 9 times 3, 27. 27 times 3 is what? 81. So the fourth root of 81, the number when you multiply itself 4 times and it should give you 81 is what? Is 3. Okay, in bracket like this, to the power 3. Okay, so here we apply another rule. Okay, so when you have something like this, a over b to the power n, you distribute this power, which will be just a to the power n over b to the power n. As simple as that. So even here, we're going to do the same. We're going to distribute. This will be 2 to the power 3 over 3 to the power 3. Okay, of this just distributed there. Then we solve. What is 3 to the power 3? It is, oh, rather 2 to the power 3, 3 to the power 3. 2 to the power 3. So 2 times 2 times 2, it is 8 times. Okay, 8 times. When you multiply 2 times, 2 3 times, okay, by itself 3 times. All right, how about 3 to the power 3? 3 to the power 3, it means 3 times 3 times 3, okay, which is 27. All right, so this is the final answer. So this is 8 over 20, 8 over 27. It's as simple as this. Okay, we proceed. The third question, this algebraic question, we are asked to factorize completely. We're just asked to factorize. Now, how can you factorize this one? First, you should know that you have basically 4 types of factorization. All right, you have common factor, difference of 2 squares, grouping terms, quadratic expression. Now, this is grouping terms. Right, this is grouping terms. How and why? Because check, we don't have what is common in all the 4 terms. This is 2ab minus this is negative 3b. This is 10a. This is negative 15. So we don't have what is common throughout in all the 4 terms. But we can group these terms, okay? We can group these terms and factorize by grouping, okay? So between the first and the second term, do you have what is common? Yes, I can see b is common. How about here? Do you have a number which can go into 10 and 15 that leaving a remainder? Yes, we do. We have 5 can go into 10 and into 15. So we can group these two and these two. So what is common? Let's factorize now by group, by common factor. What is common here? B is common, so we can factor out B. Only B is common, yes. Okay, so open bracket, B and this B will cancel, but don't just cancel, just know that this and this will divide, and you remain with what? 2A. Okay, B and this B will cancel, just remain with negative 3. Now, whatever we're going to do this side is supposed to be equal, it's supposed to be the same with this. All right, in brackets, this side is supposed to be identical with this 2a minus 3. So even this side, we should find 2a minus 3. If we can't, then we are solving this question incorrectly. Okay, so what is common here? We can see that 5. If 5 can go into 10 and into 15. So 5 is common. So you can factor out 5. 5 into 10 is 2 times. Then 2a. Positive divided by negative, it is negative. 5 into 15 is 3 times. You see what I was telling you? So you can even smile at this stage, okay? Because you are solving, this tells you that you are solving, what you're doing is correct. Because what's in the bracket is identical. So what you do is, now we have two terms. We have what is on the left side and right side. So we have what is common, and what is common, it is 2a minus 3. Okay, 2a minus 3. Then just put in brackets whatever is in front of this part, which is b here, attach it to this one, which is positive. Excuse me, which is positive, positive 5. Okay, and this is the final answer. Simple, right? Okay, it's as simple as this. Let's proceed to the question 4. Okay, then you have this question, which is question, what question is this? Question 4 as this is under functions. All right. The question is saying solve the equation. This is under equation, of course. Solve the equation 1 over 2x squared, 1 over 2x squared minus 8 is equals to 0. Okay, fine. We are not afraid. We're going to solve. Now, when you are presented with this question, when you ask this question, and you know that this is a fraction, it is simple. Don't be afraid. What do you do when you have such a what? Such a question? You do nothing but solve. Now, look at the term which has a fraction. Then this is the term that has a fraction. It is half x squared. Then look at the denominator of the fraction. This is a 2. The denominator is what? Is a 2. So to break this fraction, you're going to multiply the whole of this function by the denominator, which is 2, to get rid of this fraction. So I'm going to put this one. I'm going to put this equation in the bracket, and I'm going to multiply it with 2. Why 2? Because this is the denominator of a fraction. Why are we multiplying? We need to break this function down so that we have simple fraction. So we're going to multiply by 2. And you know that this is a fraction, so this 2 and this 2 cancel. We just remain with what? X squared. 2 times negative 8, it is negative 16. 2 times 0, it is 0. It is as simple as this. So instead of asking you to solve this, they're now asking you to do this. So if you don't know how to solve fractions, then that will be difficult. Now, this stage, you can either solve by difference of 2 squares. Okay, this is factorizing. We can factorize by difference of 2 squares, or you can take this 16 to the other side and solve for x. As simple as that. Okay, so this is x squared. So this is negative 16. So the negative 16 across the cosine and becomes positive 16. I'm going to square root both sides. Okay, since this is a square root of this 2 and this square symbol cancel. So x is equals to, now, when a square root of any number can either be positive or negative. So the square root of 16 can either be positive or negative what? 4. Because the square root of 16 is 4. So I can just split these. I can just say x is equals to positive 4 or negative 4. No wonder here they've even showed here that you need to come up with 2 answers. X is equals to this or this. So this is, let's say x is equals to positive 4 or negative 4. As simple as that. Now, the other way of solving this question, like I said, is by using difference of two squares, okay? By using of difference of two squares, you know that this x squared minus 16 is equals to 0. Now, 16 x squared, 16 is the same as 4 squared, which is equals to 0 there. Then, by factorization, you can say x plus 4 in bracket x minus 4 is equals to 0. Then we solve for x. So we're going to equate this one to 0 and this one to 0. X plus 4 is equals to 0, or x minus 4 is equals to 0. We're solving for x. X here, this 4 cross the cosine becomes negative 4, or the negative 4 cross the cosine becomes positive 4. So it's just the same as this one. So whichever way, you're going to find the same answer. Nice. Let's go to question 5. This is under question 5 is this is set. This is set question, and it's saying use set notation to describe the shaded region in the Venn diagram below. Okay, so you look at your Venn diagram, and the very first thing, look at the set or sets or the region that is unshaded. So you see, the whole of set B and C, the two regions are not shaded completely. So what you should know is that B, so you have B union C, the whole of it like this, complement. That's the first thing you know. And what is shaded? Ask yourself. What is shaded here? It is the intersection of A. Only A is shaded here. But so what you can write as your final answer here will be A intersect B union C, the whole of it like this, complement. Okay, in brackets. All right? As simple as this, 2 marks. Let's quickly go to question 6. If you just joined, we are solving 2025 Mathematics Paper 1 GCE. All right, and we're on question 6. We've solved 1 to 5, and we are going to question 6. So you can like the video, and don't forget to subscribe. Those who have not subscribed to our channel, and we also offer online lessons. Okay, online lessons, so you can do well to join us. All right, question 6. A company with 60,000 shares declared a dividend of 56,000 kwacha. What amount will it receive for her 36 shares? Okay, so here this is simple. We're going to say 60,000 shares. This is equivalent to 56,000. I'm going to ignore the ngwe, this after decimal point, because it confuse me when calculating. So I'll add them, since we are asked to calculate them. I'll add them at the end. Okay. So now here this is number of shares. Now Bet has 36 shares. So I'm going to write 36, which is equivalent to how much? I don't know. So I'm going to put X here. Then I'm cross multiply. Remember, in this paper, you're not supposed to use a calculator. Calculators are not allowed in this paper. So whatever you're going to calculate, don't make your calculations complicated. Okay? Or complicating. Make your calculations simple. Okay. Now, when you multiply here, 60,000 times X, it is 60,000 X is equals to 36 multiplied by 56,000. Great. 56,000. Then 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 we solve. So this is x. So we're going to solve for x. So we're going to divide both sides by 60,000. Okay. This 60,000, this one cancel. Just remain with x is equals to. Now, this is where we have to be very careful. Okay. It is very simple. Mathematics paper 1 is very simple. Only that you're not supposed to use a calculator. But that makes it interesting. These 3 zeros and these 3 zeros will do what? Will cancel. Okay. So now, this is, you're remaining with a 6. Now, can 6 go into 36? Definitely. Yes, this can go into 36. 6 into 6, 1. 6 into 36, it is 6 times. So here we're just remaining with 6 times 56. That's all. So let's multiply. Let me just write here. 56 multiplied by 6. 6, it is 36. I'm going to write 6 carry 3. 6 times 5, it is 30 plus this 3, 33. Oh, we are done. Okay, so x is equals to, I can put my currency there, 336 kwacha, 0.00 ngwe. This. Okay, I can bring my answer here as 336. This is the amount. Okay. That's simple. It is as simple as this. We're done to question 6. We proceed to question 7. I hope you are understanding. I hope you are understanding here. Let's go to question 7. You're moving slow but sure. Okay. Question 7 is saying the formula for the nth term of an arithmetic progression is 2n minus 3. Find the first term. 1 mark. This is even simple. Okay. We've already been given the nth term. The formula for the nth term. So you're not supposed to even write the formula as Tn is equals to what? No. You've been given the formula. Okay. So we're asked to find the first term. So we're going to say A is equals to the formula here, which is 2n minus 3. N is 1. The first term. Number of terms. So substitute. So A is equals to 2 multiplied by N is 1. Okay, minus 3. A is equals to 2 times 1 is just 2 minus 3. 2 minus 3 is negative 1. So the first term here is negative 1. It's as simple as this. Simple. Let's go to the next question. Question B is saying, find the common difference D if the sum of the first 8 terms is 48. Okay. No, we are not afraid. We're going to solve. So here, this is question. Let me solve it from this space. So you've been given the sum of the first 8 terms, so I'm supposed to use the formula for the sum. And the formula is Sn is equals to n over 2, open bracket, 2a plus 2a plus, open bracket, n minus 1, close bracket, d. Let me even reach this side, though you're not allowed to use this side. This is for examiners' use only. Okay, now just substituting. Where there is Sn here, we are going to substitute 48 because we've been given the value of the sum of the first 8 terms. Peter is saying, I haven't on finding the first term. Okay, great. Listen, you are asked to find the first term and you've been given what? Formula for the nth term. So you're not supposed to use this formula. Tn is equals to a plus, open bracket, n minus 1, close bracket, d. This is the formula you know, right? Okay, great. Now, you've been given this formula. This formula has been broken down to this. Okay? Now, you're asked to find the first term. First term, it means the value of n is what? Is 1. If you're asked to find the 10th term, the value of n is 10. So the 10th term would have substituted here on the formula where there's n with 10. If you're asked to find the fourth term, you substitute on the formula where there's n here with a 4. Okay, so we've substituted with 1 because we're asked to find the first term. I hope you have understood now. So let's proceed. So Sn is 48. So I'm going to say 48 is equals to, what is n? N is number of terms. So you're saying if the sum of the first 8, so it is 8 terms, first 8 terms. So n is 8 over 2, like this. Okay, then 2 multiplied by 1, negative 1, because the first term we've already calculated the first term. Now you see, if the first term is wrongly calculated, found, you're going to substitute the wrong answer here, the wrong term. So first term is negative 1 plus, open bracket, the value of n is so value of n 8. 8 minus 1, close bracket, d. Oh, we're asked to find the d. Okay, common difference. So I'm going to write where it is as d. No problem. I've just substituted there. Okay. Then we're going to say 48 is equals to 2 into 8 is just 4. This we can calculate. Okay. 2 times negative 1, it is negative 2. Plus 8 minus 7. Oh, rather, 8 minus 1 is 7. So just remain with what? 7d, because we're multiplying here. 7d. If you look at this nicely, you're going to notice that we can't add inside here or subtract. Why? They're like terms. This is 7d. This is just 2, negative 2. So we can't do anything inside here. You can't add. The only thing you can do here is to expand. You want to multiply what is inside with a 4. 4 times negative 2, it is negative 8. 4 times 7d, 4 times 7, it is 28. Yeah, it is 28, so we're going to write 28d. Okay? 28. Kafendera kamwana kamuntu, slow but sure. Mu exam. Picture distinction. Now, look at this. Collect like terms. This is 48. This is negative 8. This is 28d. So we're going to, this will cross the cosine, and it will be 48 plus 8. This has crossed the cosine. That's why it is changes. It has changed the sign. Okay, 28d. We are not using a calculator. Remember, 48 plus 8. It is 8 plus 8, 16. Let's write 6 carry 1. Then 4 plus 1 is 5. So 56 is equals to 28d. Okay. Then you divide both sides by 28. 28, even here, 28. This and this will cancel. So, therefore, let me just write from here, common difference is equals to, how many times does 28 go into 56? Let's multiply 28 by 2 if it's going to give you 56. 28 by 2, yeah, it is 56. So 28 into 56, it is 2 times. Just to confirm if really this is true. Okay. So D is what? Is 2. What are you finding, friends? All right. Let's go to question 8. That's what I've found. I found it's positive 2. Let's go to question 8. Question 8, this is simple. This is simple. And for your own information, whether you like it or not, you will find a transpose question. This either may be given the transpose of the matrix and you're asked to find the value of that matrix, or you are given a matrix and then you're asked to find the transpose of that matrix. Then the other thing is multiplication of what? Matrices. It is obvious. This is 3 marks, okay? You just need to get familiar with the matrices. And for any information, this is the topic we're looking at. You're looking at matrices. Tomorrow, Wednesday, we'll look at we'll look at paper 2 questions. Okay, that is for online students, online and those physical classes, those who come at our tuition center. Friday, we'll begin a new topic, coordinate geometry. By Wednesday next week, we should be done with coordinate geometry. Okay, we are moving at the speed of electricity. We have no time to waste. Now, 8A, if matrix, this is the matrix, and then we're asked to find A transpose. Matrix is matrix A, we have -1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 4. This is it. Then we are asked to find the AT. It means the transpose. So the transpose is just to change. Rows become columns and the columns become rows. It's as simple as that. So the first row becomes the first column. So this first row here will become the first column as -1, 2. The second row becomes the second column, so it will be 3, 0. The third row becomes the third column, and it will be 1, 4. Simple. That's why it's even a mark. This is very simple. All right. B here is saying, given that this matrix, multiplication of this matrices is giving us this, find the value of x. It's a simple. Now, do you know that when you're multiplying matrices, it is row by column? So if this row times this column is giving us 5. So you're not supposed to even use this, because -2 times 3, it is -6. -6 plus 1, it is -5. So we're not going to use this one. We're going to use this row times this column. So we're going to say x times 3. So we're going to say x, let me just write like this, x times 3 in bracket plus -2 times 1 is equals to 7. X times 3 is just 3x. Positive times negative is just negative. 2 times 1 is just 2, is equals to 7. 3x is equals to 7. The 2 cross the cosine become positive 2. This is -2. 3x is equals to 7 plus 2 is 9 over 3 over 3. X is equals to 3. 3 into 9 is 3 times. If you want, suppose put 3 where there is x, we see if you're not going to find 7. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus this times this is negative what? -2. So 9 plus -2, it is -7. It plus 7 rather. Simple as that. Okay. This is how it's done. This is how it's done. This is question 8. Okay. We'll end on question 9. Let's solve question 9. It's late. Let's solve question 9 together. Question 9, you have probability and equations involving indices. We've already done equations involving indices. Okay. So question 9a is saying the probability that gift will not be late for job interview is 0.05. What is the probability that you'll be late for the interview? This is very simple. This is the probability of A plus probability of not A is equals to 1. It is certain. Something must happen. There are two possible outcomes. It can is either A will happen or A will not happen. That's it. Okay? So you should be familiar with this formula. So according to this, it will be probability of not late. Okay? So probability of not late plus probability of late is equals to 1. So we are asked to, we've been given the probability that this person will not be late, and we are asked, what is the probability that this person will not be late? That's why it's 1 mark. So we're calculating for this. So we're going to say probability of late is equals to 1. This will cross the cosine and becomes what? Minus probability of late. So it will be just minus the answer, which is 0. Or minus this one, the value 0.05. Now, some of you may find it difficult to subtract decimal numbers. It's very simple. So it's 1.00 minus 0.05, like this. 1 is just the same as 1.00. All right. So 0 minus 5, it can't. So this one becomes 0, this one becomes 9, this one becomes 10. 10 minus 5, it is 5. 9 minus 0, it is 9. 0 minus 0, it is 0. So the answer here, it is 0.95. Okay, 0.95. Simple as that. That's the answer. The second question, which will be the last question for tonight, is solve the equation which is 2 to the power x minus 1 minus 4 is equals to 0. All right, we want to solve for x. So we're going to take this negative 4 to the other side, and it will be 2 to the power x minus 1 is equals to positive 4. Make bases the same. Okay, make bases the same. So this is 2 and this is 4. We can't change 2 to a base of 4, but we can change 4 to the base of what? 2, because 4 is the same as 2 squared. So 2 to the power 2 minus 1 is equals to 2 to the power 2. Now bases are the same, you can just get the powers. So we're going to say x minus 1 is equals to 2. So for x, this will cross the cosine, and it will be x is equals to 2 plus 1. So x is equals to 3. Yeah, it is. X is equals to 3. And this is the answer. Guys, if you've been together up to this point, thank you so much. And have a blessed night. See you tomorrow in part 4, as we'll be answering part 4 of Mathematics paper 1. Okay, thank you so much.